What up, my goats? My name's Tote, and welcome back to the channel. I'm glad everybody is here today. I hope everyone had a great weekend. If you didn't have a great weekend, it's probably because you didn't watch enough of these videos. So go ahead and subscribe down below so that you don't miss a single one of them. And if you are just truly not feeling like, having a good day, it's probably because you're not sharing the joy that is my video. So go ahead and share this down below. That way you can spread that joy throughout your whole family, and just make sure that everybody is having the most wonderful day that they possibly could. Speaking of family, I did get to hang out with some of my family, and actually some of my boyfriend's family this weekend. I hung out with some of his nieces and nephews, and sometimes when I hang out with kids, it just takes me right back to my own personal childhood. And with that being said, I used to just make stuff up when I was a kid, but it would make sense to me, and I would just zone out, come back, a whole world had been created. In my mind, I was like, so there's these purple creatures, and they have long noses, but they're really fuzzy, and they have a horn on their tail, and they do this, and then there's these other... Basically, I created Pokemon. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But the imagination for when I was a kid was just up here. And then now I told one of his nieces, I was like, tell me a story. I don't know any. You make one up. You make one up. So, okay, I made one up. And they were like, that's not a real story. Yeah, it is. It just became a real story when I said it with my words. That's how real stories work. Okay? I am now the author. Not only was that a real story, now I'm an author. That's how that worked. Spoken word. Okay? That's where we're at now. So, I feel like media and the internet and all of that type of stuff just kind of takes away from the imagination a bit. Because you don't have to imagine anything, because you can just look it up. When I was a kid, it was wonder why the sky is blue. And then we would just make up reasons why the sky was blue. Because that's what color outer space really is. And it's not black, it's just blue, and it's just blue going on for days. I don't know. We did I don't have an imagination anymore because I'm not a kid. I have a little bit of imagination. I got a lot. Sometimes I can be in my own world with my purple monsters and their horns for tails, and it's just... I'll get lost in there sometimes, come back, realize 2 hours have passed at work, and I haven't done anything. It's not always a good thing. It's probably medication I need to be on. But my thing is, I miss that time as a child where I could just go and the whole day live in an imaginary world. And also, I think that's why I like gaming and reading, because both of those you just end up living in an imaginary world. Nowadays, my imaginary world's oh man, wouldn't it be amazing if I didn't if I didn't have any debt, and there was an alternate universe that I could live in where my credit score is a 780, and it's oh, that would be amazing. So I could roll with that. I could just make believe all day with that. I could just pretend all day long with that one. That'd be great. In fact, I'm gonna go do that. Till next time, guys. Catch you on the flip side.